Hey, this is Scott Allen Miller here on Sam IT on YouTube, and a lot of people know that I have done a lot of work with RAID over the years, and this is kind of a subject area that I'm kind of passionate about. So we're going to start a series of videos here on Sam IT to talk about RAID and RAID levels and RAID risk and RAID usage and usage patterns and the future of RAID and the history of RAID, because this stuff is important. And it's very, very common that people need to know this stuff. So, what is RAID? In 1988, a paper was written defining the redundant array of inexpensive disks, not a redundant array of independent disks as storage revisionists would have you believe. That was something that was come about later when people didn't understand the inexpensive bit anymore. At the time, 1988, it was common that mainframes and really large computers had very expensive, very reliable single disks. The idea of RAID was taking a lot of what were becoming cheap and relatively risky personal computer disks, putting them into an array together with some protection mechanism and finding a way to make disks that were larger, safer, faster, more useful than mainframe disks. Now, the idea of RAID is actually an old one. It goes back to at least 1977, and that's when it was put into practice in actual research papers. It probably goes back even farther. So RAID's not a new thing, but the 1988 paper is what gave us the name and the current identity, and it named what is the foundation of current RAID levels. Levels are a way in RAID to refer to different styles of RAID that do different things. RAID is not a single thing, it is a family of storage virtualization technologies that are related in that they allow us to some combination of increased performance, increased reliability, or increase capacity, or all or some of our storage using inexpensive disks. All disks that we use today are what we called inexpensive in 1988. And today, they're certainly cheap by that standard. And so in this series, what we're going to be doing is exploring all the different facets of RAID and things you need to know, from risk to decision factors and so forth. So welcome to that part of the series. I'll be intermingling these with other videos, but I'm very excited about doing this because a lot of people have asked for it, and I think it's very important, and it's very good both as foundational knowledge, but it's also very useful throughout your career. So remember to like and subscribe and follow along for more about RAID as we continue.